Hey everyone, Carl Carpenter here with Arrakis Consulting. A while back we did a video on binary to decimal and why binary was important to know and understand. And today we're just going to talk about one of the brief reasons why binary is important to understand. Now there's obviously hacking reasons, cybersecurity reasons in general, but today we're going to talk about the routing reasons on why binary is important. And we're going to talk about routers and so on. So let's bring up a spreadsheet that I made. So in this case, what I did is I have computer 1 has an IP address of 192.168.0.10, and then I have computer 2 of 192.168.0.132. And then we have a default class C subnet of 255, 255, 255, and then a 0. All right, so I'm picking easy numbers because I'm not trying to make it complex. So what a subnet mask is nothing more than a filter. It's basically a level of comparison. So what I first want to point out in relation to subnet masking, subnet masks are super easy to understand from the binary standpoint. Everything to the left is going to be ones, everything to the right is going to be a 0. In a subnet mask, you can only have two numbers, ones and zeros, when you're looking at it from a binary standpoint. You'll never see a subnet mask in binary form where it's 1 1 0 then more ones. So everything to the left is always going to be ones and everything to the right is always going to be zeros. So let's break down the subnet mask a little bit. So we have 255 right here. So that's obviously binary all ones. Same thing, and we have a 0. So that's obviously binary all zeros. All right, and then right here we have 192. That's what this is right there. 168. That's what that is in binary. Zeros, obviously all zeros. And then 10, we have that. So what happens is the subnet mask, starting from the left, it's going to compare. Anytime there's a 1 in the subnet mask, it's going to compare the first bit in the IP address for the source with the first bit in the IP address for the destination on where the packet's supposed to go. All right, so we have a 1, so that we have a 1 in the subnet mask, and that means compare. So we have a 1 up here and a 1 down there. Same bit, therefore, awesome. They're so far, and they're in the same subnet mask. And I'm not going to do every single bit, but the idea is that anywhere there's a 1, we're going to compare the top bit with the bottom bit. And if they're the same, they're in the same subnet mask. And that same process goes all the way down till you get to the last 1 in the binary version of a subnet mask. And in this case, this one, the top 0 matches a bottom 0, and so on. So let's say that, and that would mean that in this case, the default class C is an acceptable subnet mask for two devices, computer 1, computer 2, to talk to each other without going through a router or some sort of layer 3 device. But let's say that we change the last bit on this top computer. Let's say we gave it a 1 here, which means that the top computer now has an IP address of 192.168.1.10. Well, when the subnet mask does the comparison, it's going to go 1 does not equal 0, therefore it is in a different subnet. That's the whole process. So what subnet mask do we need to make them in the right subnet? Well, obviously we're just going to change this to a 0. And now the last variable that gets checked is this bit in the subnet mask, which is going to be checking the top computer as a 0 and that third octet, and then this 0 down here in the third octet. So now they're still in the same subnet. I did create this Excel kind of on the fly just to give everybody an idea from the routing standpoint. Now let's say that we have a situation where it's 192.168.1.10 trying to talk to 192.168.0.132. The router's done this comparison feature that I've explained to you, and the router knows it's in a different subnet. So if that's the case, what does the router do then? If there is a route table in the router, it will send the packet to the appropriate route that's listed in the route table. If there is no route in the route table, then the router will send the packet to what's known as the default route, which essentially is where anything the router doesn't know about, just send it to this one location and let the next router try to figure it out, and so on. And with that, that is a very short, quick, brief understanding of why routers and layer 3 devices in general care about things. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If anybody wants this Excel spreadsheet, feel free to ask for it. I'll be happy to help you out. With that, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you